Scorpio, this is your January 2020 reading, and your reading is all about balance being achieved in your life. Before I get stuck into the reading, so you're probably going to be looking at this in the month of December, which for some of you traditionally is Christmas time, but obviously I know it's not that for all of you. Nonetheless, this is gift giving time. So what is coming up is there's a gift from me to you, and then we're going to exchange gifts because you're going to do something for me in return. So what I'm doing is, and this is a pretty big thing, definitely will not be doing this often. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for you guys. I have started doll making professionally. It has been a hobby and I have decided to go professional with it. So I have an Instagram page, I have an Etsy shop. They are both under the name Papillon Doll Maker. I will put it in the description box below. If you go to the Etsy page, the shop, if you go to my Instagram and you put a heart and you follow on Instagram and you go to the Etsy shop and you put a heart there, then I will give you a small free tea leaf personal reading. It's a big one, that one, because they're always a job to do regardless. So if you watched any of the other star signs, you will know I made a cup of tea for each particular star sign. You drain the liquid off, you see which symbols are left behind, and they tell a story. Firstly, just excuse my croaky voice. I have flu at the moment. I also picked two cards for you. One is the Romance Angel card, that's for your relationships, and a tarot card, which you got the Two of Earth. Let's discuss those cards first before we go into what's in your teacup. Now, the Romance Angel card says, calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So January is very much a time of where you will be manifesting something that you have been working on where relationships are concerned. If you're already in an established relationship with a soulmate, perhaps it's something within the relationship that you've been hoping for, praying for, focusing on, there's a very good chance that in January this will indeed manifest. For those of you that are looking for relationships, well, you're looking for that special soulmate, January shows very good signs of them turning up. So if you've been focusing on it and you really want it and you've really been wishing, and that's where your attention has been, then January that person could genuinely manifest into your life. We look at the Two of Earth, which is the tarot card that you got. That's all about achieving balance between work and play, work and relaxation, responsibilities and having fun. So January is going to be bringing you situations and people into your life that will show you if that is out of balance or will bring you more opportunity to bring it into balance. But that will be the kind of situations that will be unfolding for you in January, where you either get to realize you don't play enough, you work too hard, or maybe some of you play too much and you don't work enough. I doubt it, you Scorpios. And then also, generally speaking, about having a more light-hearted sections of life. They should balance the heavier, more responsible parts of your life as well. So January will bring those opportunities for you. It will highlight where you perhaps not doing that, or it will just bring those situations in for you so you can have a bit more fun and enjoyment in your life. Right now, if we move on to your teacup, the first symbol that jumps out for me is the number 2. So definitely it's about balance. It's about partnerships. But now partnerships are not just between people. They're between your mind and your spirit. They're between your working life and your playing life. They're between your home life and your working life. So that number 2, the first thing that pops up in your teacup says to me that is about the balance, the yin and the yang in your life in the month of January. That is where your focus is going to be. That's how life's going to be unfold. Those are the kind of situations that are going to be brought up for you in January. Right, now let's see what other symbols show up for you in this teacup. There's a small wishbone there. Above that wishbone is a little sad face. So there's possibly a wish that you have that has not manifested yet. But if I look above that, there's another little wishbone and another little a victory sign. And cherries. Okay, so January could see something that you've been wishing for, that you've been a bit unhappy about because it hasn't manifested. There could be some victory there. You could be picking that ripe fruit of something. There's something about January where something you've been hoping for but you've been disappointed about it. It hasn't manifested or not manifested in the way you wanted to. January brings the ripe opportunity for you to pluck it into your life or into your hands. There's a small victory for you where that particular thing is concerned. I'm sure each of you know what I'm speaking about as I'm telling this. I see a bolt of lightning, and that warns against not losing your temper about something, because you could regret what you say or do after that. So it's probably one episode that comes up in January, so just be aware of that. I'm trying to see what shows up around it. It concerns money. There's a whole lot of coins there, a money path. So just be conscious of that. It could be, gosh, and there's the number 2 again. It's quite important for you guys. And I got distracted for a moment there by the number 2. Okay, it's partnerships and money. So whether it's actually literally your partner or the partnership you have, or your partnership you have, in other words, your relationship you have with money might not be particularly good. And that is going to be perhaps coming up for you in January. And you may get really annoyed and angry about this, but you're being sort of given a little nudge to say, don't be, rather address, why is this happening? Or is it an old pattern of mine that I keep repeating over and over again, and maybe I need to have a look at that? So that's a message for you guys. Right now I'm looking just to see what else comes up in this teacup of yours. The number 3 as well. That's interesting. That could be a date in January to look out for, and there's a little heart below it. So on the 3rd of January, there's something that's going to be romantic for some of you. Definitely. Very clearly in the bottom there. Right, let me see what else I can see here for you guys. Interestingly enough, and it's caught my attention a few times now, there's a little flower with a hook below it. So happiness needs a hook. That's interesting. Flowers are happiness, and a hook is always a symbol of catching something, hooking something. Your happiness needs a hook. So maybe in January you find the opportunity, or you realize in order to be happy, you need to find something and hook into it, and that will be the path to happiness. Maybe you find something in January that genuinely is that. You hook into it, and it shows you how to be happy. It could be a situation, it could be a person, it could be a hobby, it could be anything. But there's definitely and there's a little heart above that as well. So this could even be heart related. So maybe someone puts out their little hook and they catch you in January. And this makes you very happy and romance blooms. That can definitely be the case for some of you. There's definitely a story like that for you. So yes, so that's mostly what is showing up in this teacup of yours. It's definitely a very partnership, or 2 people, 2 situations, 2 areas of your life that need balancing. So January will bring that, highlight that for that, show that to you, perhaps bring it into balance for you, or you may need to play a part in it. That's very much your message for the month of January. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.